working on color for Legba's Juke Joint Volume 3. And I thought someone might find this interesting, so I thought I would do this little recording. It's quite an odd undertaking that I have here. So as you can see, I'm using the halftone to do the color, and just between you, me, and the wall, it's kind of a major pain in the ass, but I think the payoff is going to be really cool. So what I have set up here is I've tried to make a separate folder for each of the colors. So like purple, or the colors that I know I'm going to need, and then I can sort of fudge the other ones. So to make purple, obviously you need blue and red, and if you look at it, I've got like 50% opacity on the blue and 84 on the red to try and get this tone. So for every single bit of color, I have to not only color it in, but depending on what it is, I might have to color it in the same thing 4 times just to get this effect. For example, I'm going to do this guitar here. Let me go down to the red. So I've got background yellow, and then I've got my red. So I have to go over to this brush, which is my yellow brush here, and I'm going to color in the guitar yellow, which is a bit of a pain in the ass because that's kind of the undercoat, and because of the way the artist did this, he didn't really do it like I would with what do you call it, with panels, with the little folders for the boxes. So I can't even keep it from bleeding to the next, the next panel. I have to go back and clean up all of that stuff. Like for purple here, I have to go back, and I've got that little bit of red that I have to erase that hangs over the edge. So anyway, back to red. I'm doing my yellow undercoat, and then I'm going to add a little bit up at the top. I'm trying to see what I got here. It's a little hard to see. That'll work for now. All right, then I've got to go in and add the red. So I basically color in the same exact thing, just with the other color. And that's just to get a normal red, because we are looking at CMYK, not, red, yellow. So the C is not blue, it's cyan. The red is more magenta than red. You can see it right here. So I have to actually add the yellow to make it red. And with this guitar, it's supposed to be a little bit darker. So not only that, I have to add in a black halftone to make it a little bit darker color. Now, it's not showing up as much right here, but when you zoom out, you'll see the difference between the regular red and the darker red. So yeah, needless to say, this is kind of a pain in the ass. Now, of course, the whole guitar is not red. I've got to add wood. So I got to go down to my wood setting. Let me add some wood blue. Now notice the settings are changed. The blue is at 82 this time. So I've got to add the wood blue in here. I've got to add the wood red. I've got to add the wood yellow to give it a wood color. And you can't hardly see it from here, but when you back it out, you'll see that it's a wood color. So essentially, I have to do that with every single piece of this, this thing. It's quite the undertaking. And then, of course, you've got some shadows here. I'm finding as I go that I can try and get a little bit of a black color here. Erase that overflow. If I back it out, it's a little more gray. I don't know that I need that, but you know, I've been doing it. Same thing for skin tones. I've got my black folks here. I've got my white people. I've got even like a Latino thing here where I can go a little bit darker. But yeah, here we go with our reds. So we're going to make this do, see how low the red setting is on this? It's down to 13%. Now if I zoom in, you can really see that's what the hassle is. If I'm trying to get colors, I have to really fight to figure out what it is, and then I have to be smart enough to not redo it every time. So pretty much for every page, I need to copy these color groups into every page so that they'll be there each time. Now, the big difference between the lighter skin folks and the darker skin folks is that there's no blue in these guys, whereas you get blue here. When you see it up close, it's just a mess. When you back it out to full size, you go, oh, okay. So that's how you do that. Now, you'll notice this guy has the black halftones as well, so I'm trying to make him fade into the back a little bit more when we get it to full size. Let's do one of our Latinos. So we've got our mid dark blue. We'll start with that. Notice that's set to 26. So we're going to color that in. And then of course I have to go in and erase where the white should be for each color. So it's a major pain in the ass. What is this? The red? Alright, so notice this person is purple because I've got all this red. And the way to fix that is I go in with the yellow on top. And that's how this is done. I can't even go in and color the halftones with these brushes on whatever color I want because they're situated on each of the colors. They're just kind of stock that way. I missed his hand here. We'll go back to the red. Okay, we'll add that in. And we'll add the... Oh, I did the wrong one. We're making him dark skin. Let's add the darker red. Okay. There we go. Much better. And the blue. So yeah, that's the secret to the sauce. That's how it works. You pop it out and you've got varying skin tones. We could probably go a little darker with him, but you know, it's fine. I don't want to get too caught up in making sure we have a multitude of skin tones. You know, we'll stick with just 3 skin tones. Like we'll put another light skinned lady in here. What is this, red? So I'll put that really soft pink, like 13% opacity red. Alright, let's get this. And I don't think I can see her arms or anything, so I don't really have to worry about that. Maybe here, but that's all right. We'll fill it in with something else. Yellow. Get that yellow going. So yeah, I mean, I guess the thing about this is there's a reason people don't do it this way anymore, because it's kind of a major pain in the ass. But I really think the end product is going to be worth the headache and the countless hours that I'm adding to this process. So yeah, I think it'll be good.